Hi, I'm going to talk about some of the structural development changes that we just made in coreBOS in one of the commits that I just released. Um, the idea is that when we say that coreBOS is a business empowering tool, we're not just thinking of the users or the companies that use coreBOS day to day to solve their business problems and to get things done. We're also thinking about the developer, the company that uses coreBOS as as a tool to help other companies do their work. For these companies, these development companies, we're going to try to make it easy for them to create modules and keep in sync the modules that you create. In this line, we have added a new directory, which is called build. Okay, I'm gonna come over here and see the structure. Okay, this is a typical coreBOS structure, more or less, and we've added here the build directory, which is here. Okay, and inside the build directory, we will find all the modules that are available in the coreBOS installation, including the language files. So you can easily modify any a file or any script at all and package it really quickly. Okay, for example, if I go into the modules directory and I ask for a set of changes, here we basically have just some files that I changed in the settings. Now if I want to change any file at all, and for example, I don't know, cron tasks, for example, if I change this file, edit cron, and let's add a change here. Let's add a comment here. This is a comment line. Okay, so now if I execute the JIT control again, we see that I have changed this file. Now if I want to package that and control it in my install, I have to somehow, kind of open up the zip file again and put it back in. And so what we've done is unpacked all of the files in the system. So any module that we could potentially install is already here. Okay, we have we have all the mandatory modules, all the optional modules installed. For example, we have the integration, the import, the mail manager, mod comments tracker, all of these modules, they're here. So now if we need a bug fix, an enhancement, we're sharing code on GitHub and we're working together. It's really easy to make a pull request on any module because all the files are here. They're not hidden inside packages. But obviously in the end we do want to package them and set them up. So we've added here in the build a series of tracking files. For example, the cron task, which I modified, is really just a link to the real files that are in the modules directory plus the manifest file, which is needed and isn't tracked anywhere else except here in the build directory. So I can launch this pack script that we have here against the cron task directory, and as you can see, it will automatically create the package for me and prepare it. Now I have here the cron tasks package ready to distribute and send anywhere in the world. Besides that, which is a kind of a low-level developer kind of tool, we've added some scripts also, whereas you can do this coding. Okay, we've enhanced the package export so that you could create this cron task also with code. Let's see an example of that, and I'm going to try to do the same kind of thing that we just did here, but with a program. Okay, here I have my editor, and I'm going to open up a new file here. I'm going to start from scratch, so it's kind of nice to see as an example. repackage PHP. And okay, what I have to do here basically is first load all the VTlib code library so that we can use any of the tools that are in the system. I'm going to do that by copying here some code that I already have, which is basically this one. Okay, basically I'm telling it that I don't want to log anything here, and load through this module, this file, the vtiger module PHP. I load all the infrastructure and all the database connections, everything I need to be working and programming with VTlib. Okay, so now what I have to do is call vtiger package, and I'm going to tell it to package from the file system. This is a new function that we've added, and basically it asks me for the name of the module, if it's in the mandatory directory or not, cron tasks, I don't remember if it is or not. This will make it, this is in the packages, we have mandatory and optional, and cron tasks is optional. Note here that the last time I did this was this morning at 9:37. It's 12 now, so when we do this again it should change at least the hour. And oh, and it has a download option, I think it was. Module name mandatory and direct download. Yes, we can download it directly. I'm just gonna ask it to create it for me, and that's it. Basically that's all I need to get that script coded, repackaged, and ready to send or to install anywhere. Let's try executing this. I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna launch it from here. I could launch it from the browser also. We call that repackage. Create the package. I'm missing. Okay, it's missing some files. Oop. Oh, okay, I know. Cron tasks. Very good. Okay, let's give that a try again. There we go. Okay, and now if we go into the package directory and optional, we will see that it has been recreated. Okay, let's go in and actually create a temp directory here, and I'm going to uncompress that cron tasks. Okay, and let's have a look at the edit cron here, and there's our comment line. Okay, so really it's kind of easy to package and redistribute things. For example, as a use case that maybe I'll explain in more details in another video, we do work for kind of like franchises where you install new versions of the application as time goes by. You know, maybe every week, every month, somebody comes in, a new client, and you install the whole distribution again, and you want to catch up on all the changes. So what we do in those cases is we have a central script that installs all the new modules, and we repackage right before installing, so that we always get all the latest code changes and everything all synced together. Okay, let's see, we've also added another vtiger package functionality, which is the language files. Okay, the language files are a little different because they're structured, they're extensions, they're not really modules, so they have a different layout. We've added functions in the vtiger package, so that in the VTlib package, so that you can automatically export these language packs. This also works in the build directory, which it makes it really kind of easy for translators, which I myself as a translator really appreciate. If you see the Spanish translation, which is I'm in charge of, it's basically an empty directory just with the manifest file. This makes it easy because all I have to do now is install the coreBOS application and start navigating around, editing the ES files, and doing any changes or fixes that I need. And whenever I'm ready and I need to create a package, I just have to come into this directory and execute the pack language sh script with the parameters, obviously, which language prefix I'm looking for, and what is the zip file that I want to end up with. And there it is. Now I have this Spanish zip file ready to send anywhere on any coreBOS installed, just to get it ready, installed and functioning. This could also be done in the code, which is basically what we did here with this new function. Now, since we had this new function, we also went and added it here. I must. Okay, wrote that wrong. Let's go in here into Module Manager, and we should see that I can now export the Spanish language, which couldn't be done before. Okay, basically that's what we've done. We've extended this whole thing and made it kind of easy. As an example, final example, so the video doesn't get too long, I'm going to show how I would add a new module, a completely new module, to the whole install process. Okay, first of all, to do this, I'm going to empty out my configuration here so that I'm gonna be able to launch a new install, and then I'm gonna pick up my new module, which will be this one, the payment, our Usual payment module. I'm gonna install that in normally into coreBOS. Okay, basically we can do this in the install process. We can do it two ways, either mandatory in the packages directory. In the packages directory here, we have the mandatory and the optional. If I simply copy the new module into either of these directories, it will get installed. If I copy it to the mandatory, it will not. The person installing the application will not get any option. It will be installed. And if we put it into the optional directory, it will appear in the list, and the user will be able to pick it or not. So I'm going to put it in the optional directory, and basically that's all I need to do. How this package was created is for another video, but and the whole creation process. But once you have the zip, once you have the package, simply copying it into one of these two directories will get it installed. Okay, let's have a look at that. Now if I try to use this, I should get the install screen. Correct. Let's go over this quickly. This is let's do the demo. Create. Okay. Here, put this, and here we go. Okay, now it's creating a database. Here we have it. Okay, perfect. And let's see, assets, customer, controls, projects. Okay. Okay, it did not appear, so I did something wrong. Yep, I copied it to, I renamed it to PHP. It had to be renamed to zip, so I copy it again and get rid of the PHP, and let's reload this page, and we should get, now here it is, perfect. Okay, so simply copying it into the directory is enough, with the right name, is enough to get it in the list, and the user can check on it, can check it if they want to install it or not. In this line, we've also added another nice feature. Since we're trying to make this easy to streamline any modules that you want to install from the beginning, there's a description here that there's no way of putting if you don't edit the files. Since we are going to try to make that, we're trying to get away from that, and we don't want that to happen. We're going to change that description. We've added a new directive in the manifest file, so you can put that in. Okay, and that's going to take us to our first step in how I could create, not just copy it in here and have it installed, but also modify it and have it repackaged easily so that it can keep on working. Okay, for that I'm going to distribute these files into place. Okay, I'm going to come in here to the build directory. I'm going to create a directory for my new module. Let's move that. To okay, and in this new directory, which I've just made, which is going to hold my package, I'm going to unzip the whole new module. Okay, since I have it all here, the whole module is here, I can easily package it again. Now I already have this, so I'm going to get rid of this one, which I don't need anymore, and I can easily repackage the whole payment module simply by launching this. As you can see, it has all been zipped together, the manifest file, everything all prepared, and it has been put in place. Okay, here it has been created in the build directory. Now that I have it all open, I can come over here come into the build directory. I should find my new directory here and the manifest file here also. So if I edit this manifest file and add a directive here, which is short description, short description, payment module to control expenses, payment control or payment. Okay, okay, so I've changed my manifest file. I come over here and repackage that, and now I can copy it back into the packages optional directory. If I reload the page now, I should get the description here. There we go. Okay, so it makes it kind of easy to be able to launch up a module into the install process and just have it act as a normal module with optional things and changes. Also, as you can see, with a very few steps, I was able to modify my manifest file here and add any change into the code and repackage it easily, but this can be even more useful. The way I've done it now, the whole module is contained inside the build directory, and that's not where it's executed. So it's executed in the modules directory, okay, once it's installed. So what usually happens is if you leave it in the build directory the way I have it right now, somebody finds a bug, an enhancement, somebody fixes something, and they fix it obviously in the modules directory, which is where it's being executed, where it can be tested, and then we forget to repackage it and put it, and put it into place. Or even worse is the way it is right now. You would have to copy and sync those changes between the modules directory and the build directory, because right now the files are basically duplicated in both places once it's installed anyway. So what we do is obviously this is for Linux operating systems. Let's move the modules payment into its place where it belongs. Okay, into modules, and let's move templates into where it belongs, which is in Smarty templates modules. Okay, now what we do here, I don't have any code here anymore. I've moved the code out to their place. Okay, if we go up and ask about what is new in the system, we should see that I have a new modules payment directory and a new Smarty modules directory. Okay, these are where the code is really going to be executed. Okay, so now in the build directory, what I do is link the Smarty templates modules. Okay, so now what I've done here is, again, in the build directory, I have a templates directory, which is what it needs, but it's really pointing to where the code is. I don't have the code here. Okay, and we can do exactly the same thing here, but pointing to the this is simply okay. So now I have also a pointer to the modules directory. So this is really nice, because now all I have here is the structure that I need and the manifest file, which is not tracked anywhere in a normal install. And I can still pack this just as I did before, because the links are going to be redirected into the code. So it's perfect, because I have everything I need over there in the execution. I can test it, I can share it, I can enhance it with other people on GitHub, whatever, and we have it easy to install and package. That's about all it's needed. It's a nice way of controlling your files and everything. This with the language packs, the same thing. I mean, this has resulted to me very useful in the translating, because I can just kind of move around the application, see things that are incorrectly translated, just jump into the code, translate it, and then repackage. Really easy. I don't have to don't have to really complicate myself at all. And well, that's about it. That's this last comment that I just made is kind of a developer thing. I hope it helps all those developers out there helping their clients use this wonderful application. Bye bye.